uh, live producer here. Never know if we're going live. It should be live. Let's see. It's going to give me a notification that we're live. Let's see. Maybe we're live already. Okay, now we're live. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. So today's live is going to be uber duper quick because mainly just what I want to talk about is I want to talk about some foundational skills if you are in the transformation space directly or indirectly, or even if you just want to be a better human in your life, if you want to be more effective in your communication, effective in your leadership, effective in your relationships with yourself and with others, this is crucial. Such crucial skills. We're going to go over them really, really quickly, and you'll learn how to use a couple of them in your life. And so why am I even talking about this today? Because I was actually chatting with a client of mine this morning. So I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram, but it would have been maybe a couple days ago, maybe it was even yesterday. I went on my Instagram stories and I was talking about how a client of mine and I, the night before, because she's living in Bali, we had a session. And in that session, we did a technique that certification students will be learning, which is really using the language or the coding of your mind, how it sees the world. And then we literally just transform that belief that's kind of been holding you back so far, literally any belief you can think of. And then we went ahead and transformed that into a belief that will empower them, that will move them, that will enliven them to go ahead and do the thing that they want to do, right? This works for anything: money, relationships, health, you name it. So let's get into it. So I was talking with my client, and as well, if you're here live, hashtag live. I always love seeing who's here live. So when you're popping on, say hello, say anything. And then if you're here on the replay, hashtag replay. It also helps you, when you engage, you also engage your mind, right? So it's not for me, this is actually for you. So let me know if you're here live, let me know if you're here on the replay, so that you engage the mind and that you're fully present, fully here to learn and integrate these insights, these skills into your life starting now. Okay, so I was talking with my client, and she was just thanking me yesterday or today, but she was like, thank you so much for that transformative session. Now I'm formulating this new offer and I'm trying to think about what kind of price I want to put it at. And here's the story. So as she's talking about price, and this is what comes into the foundational skills to transform yourself and others. Here's where it comes into play. One of these skills, it's subtle subconscious cues, is sensory acuity. Okay? Sensory acuity. So what that means is that we are using our senses, literally your senses, right? What can you see? What can you hear? What can you feel, not just in your body, but feel on a tactile level, right? Like, this is hard, right? Super basic, but this is actually really important stuff, guys, okay? So when we use our sensory acuity for the other person across the screen or on the phone, you can use this even at Starbucks, right? To be more effective in your communication, to be more effective in creating this like subconscious likeness, this subconscious connection with other people. Here's the brilliant part. When I was talking with my client, just on voice note, we were talking about pricing and all these things. The night before, we did a limiting belief change using subconscious techniques to go from the belief of, I will run out of money, because she got triggered the week before shopping. I will run out of money. We transformed the limiting belief in 30 minutes into, I have more than enough money. I will always have more than enough money. The next day, she's doing her offers, looking at pricing. And in her voice, this is what you will learn in the certification program as well, to a much deeper level. But in her voice, you can notice the shift. You can notice the shift in how she perceives money, how she receives money, how she thinks about money, how she stewards money. How did I know that? Because you know, when you ever talk to like a girlfriend, or maybe it's like your parents, or maybe it's like your brother or sister or your cousin, and you just know, like there's an emotional charge, like, whoa, like where's that coming from? Just the way that they're saying something, they're not saying it neutrally. They're saying it really like either, oh my God, this is amazing, or oh my God, this is so horrible, right? Like whatever it is, you can see that there's an emotional charge to it, right? We're not just being biased and factual, like, yeah, this is remote. This is amazing. You see like the emotional charge, right? So when she's telling me about pricing and offers coming from old money blocks that we erased, She was just talking to me through voice, literally just being like, yeah, so this is the pricing that I'm thinking. And part of me is like, well, maybe it's too much, maybe it's not. But when she was talking to me about it, she was no longer emotionally charged. She no longer had an emotionally charged perception around money, around charging, and around charging what she wants to charge for her offer. So that's why we're talking about this today. Because sensory acuity is one of the main things that you will be learning the certification. But even before you do any certification, you can start using this today, right? So sensory acuity is really about, so here's the thing. Most people, when they think of body language, right? This is kind of where people can get misconceptions around sensory acuity versus reading body language. Here's the thing. Old school sales, old school like persuasion, old school like whatever, like it reminds me of like 1998 or something like that. But all of that is based around like body language, right? Like you can literally go on YouTube and see like some guy being like, if someone crosses their arms, like you look at any psychologist, right? It's like if someone crosses their arms, that means they're closed off, like as if you know, as if you're making this assumption about this person, as if you know. Not true. Not true at all. You have no idea. You're just mind reading. You're making huge assumptions, which ends up limiting the other person. This isn't just for client relationships. Think about this with your partner. Think about this with your coworker. Think about this with your boss. When we assume what other people are thinking or feeling based on their body language, which by the way is not subconscious. I could go like this just to make you think something, right? This can be faked. This can be faked. This can be faked. Right? I can fuck around with this stuff if I wanted to. What you'll learn in the certification program is you will learn sensory acuity that's beyond body language, and it's directly what the subconscious is trying to convey. So for example, pupil dilation. I cannot force my pupils to dilate. I would love for you to go ahead and give that a go, right? I cannot force the blood to rush to my face because I had a shift in state, a shift in emotions, a shift in perception, a shift in paradigm, right? There's way more to it than that. And on the other note is vocal, right? So this is what I was talking about with my client, right? When she was talking to me, that's another reason I knew, like a check mark, she completely shifted. And so this is what 99% of people miss out, and what causes them to leave a lot on the table, not just in terms of like what they're capable of facilitating with their clients, but what they're able to facilitate with themselves, right? So this is one of those things where I want you, this is where the practical step comes in, okay? The practical step here is for today's Friday, right? I'm like, what day is it? So for the next 24 hours, I want you, before you talk to somebody, like whether you're going to go to like a Tim Hortons drive-thru, I'm Canadian, hello. Let's say you're going to a Tim Hortons drive-thru, or you're going to a restaurant tonight, or you're just staying at home because maybe you live in a country or a state where it's like really, really quarantined still. Just play around with this, like with your partner, with your sister, whatever. Before you do anything, before you have any conversation with anybody, just try this out for today and let me know how it goes. I want you to take a mental snapshot of this person. Right? So just take a mental snapshot. Notice the color of their face, right? I'm not saying if they're white or black. I'm literally just saying, like, does it look like there's color in their face? Like the blood is drained out, or does it look like they just went for a 2-kilometer run? The blood is all up into their head, right? Just take a mental snapshot of what you see. Other things that you'll learn in the certification is, for example, lip engorgement. When people's lips engorge, there's actually studies around that when you're looking at the person, at someone that you love, your lips will engorge. Right? So take a snapshot of the person that you're looking at. And then when you go and let's say you want to just talk to them about anything, start talking to them about something, maybe if you know them well, talk to them about something that they love. And then as they start talking to you about something that they love, take another mental snapshot and notice the difference, right? So here's the thing, what you'll learn in the certification program is stuff that we're doing all the time. We are just not doing it consciously, which means that we're doing it haphazardly, not really purposeful. We don't really know what we're doing. We're kind of just at the whim of whatever our patterns, our behaviors, our habits are. And we're just going on this track because that's what your subconscious does. It just goes until we interrupt that pattern with something. So what you'll learn in the certification program is literally a huge plethora of tools and formal and informal processes to do exactly that. Interrupt the pattern, install a new choice, install a new identity, and put your client on the path that they need to go on so they can go ahead and do the thing. The most beautiful part too is that you can use these yourselves. So if you're working with clients, for example, you will have scripts. Like these are straight up formal processes that is rooted in metaphysics, rooted in neuroscience, rooted in hypnosis, rooted in psychotherapy, all this beautiful shit combined so that you can facilitate literally results to rave about. Okay? Most of the people, even in my certification program, are previous clients because they're like, how could I not sign up for this? I've seen what you facilitate in my life. I need this. Like, this is it, right? So that's my little task for you today. And it's going to show you the power of what you're able to perceive, right? I think that's the big lesson here, is that there is always more than what meets the eye. Always more than what meets the eye. And because you're able now to see someone else shifting and changing, and you calibrate on that person because you took a snapshot before and after, which, by the way, no matter what you're doing professionally, you're a personal trainer, you do Reiki, you are an interior designer, you are just anybody that works with other people, this will serve you. This will save you triggers, this will save you arguments, this will save you so many things, and this is just foundational. This isn't advanced level stuff yet that you will, dive into later on in the program. This is literally foundational, like 101 skills, okay? So I totally invite you to still apply. We are still enrolling, and we start September 7th is the first session, okay? So over 6 months long, you will be with me and like a group of other people who are all very similar to you and similar to I, right? Like we are relentless learners. We love personal and professional development. We are spiritually minded, spiritually curious folks. And we want to pursue our life's calling, which is helping other people, right? We've always known that we've been those people that other people have come to. We've always been the supporter, the helper, the seer, the visionary, right? And you're ready to like make this your full-time career, which is like really exciting. And again, even if you don't want to be a coach, this will serve you. If you have a mind and if you talk to people on a daily basis, this is going to help you human to the highest capacity that you can human, right? Beautiful shit, okay? And then of course, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I am waitlisting. So I'm starting to offer one-on-one coaching, putting it out there if this is something that you want to do. So if you want to become a coach, but then also if you have a business already or not, we do business coaching as well. And we are waitlisted for that. So if that's something you want to do, applications are right there in the comment section, okay? All right, have a fantastic Friday, fantastic weekend, and let me know again if you were here on the live or if you were here on the replay. I always love knowing who is seeing what and when. So anyways, have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you oh so